Hey, Kaiza here. Today I've got a super fun gravel century for you. This was my very first Imperial century, so it was quite difficult with tons of mud and hike biking and all that, but I really hope you like it, so sit back and enjoy.
What the hell?
We start off with some muddy roads off the Atlanta Beltline, attempting to leave Atlanta to the south, but being the mechanical guy that I am, I flat immediately stepping on a shard of glass. It was pretty big, to be honest. I should have gone tubeless earlier, but oh well. I had 2 tubes on me, but one already had a hole, so I lost both spare tubes within minutes of the ride. As we go through some beautiful roads, quite swiftly to be honest, we prepare for some awesome gravel, or so we thought before Christopher gets quite a mechanical. I was quite confused on how he achieved this kind of mechanical, but we fixed it with a quick link and just moved on. This time for sure we're hoping to get to the gravel, and we do. We finally do arrive without me knowing what was waiting for the rest of the day. We start the quote-unquote gravel, but in reality it's just mud everywhere with some dirty water.
Fuck! Oh, no! My entire left side fell into the water.よいしょ。普通に住宅地に出てくんだよね。ドロドロ。ドロドロ。Part 2.
Soon enough, we get right back onto the gravel roads. We call these paths power line trails since they're trails on power lines, but these tend to be under maintenance roads, requiring a bit more creativity to ride. I think everyone rides these with their own lines and methods, which makes them super enjoyable. And then these always just come out to random places like a Walmart parking lot in this case. Next up is a path next to a golf driving range, which makes me think that it should be a clean path, but boy was I wrong. Super wet with this freaking creek in the middle as well. I'm thinking, aren't trucks supposed to ride here? But it's super soft sand and I just sink immediately. And this already feels like a true American gravel ride to me.
Bro, my feet have sunk so much. Oh no, stuck.
It always amazes me how easy it is to find these adventurous gravel roads even in large cities like Atlanta. But yeah, I was testing out some bag setups for a gravel race that was the next week, so my bike is oh so heavy at almost 40 pounds, and these hike bikes were really draining me but preparing me really well for the race. Eventually we get back onto some road. We've only ridden 10 miles in 2 hours, so we're going at a super slow pace, but boy am I tired already. Thankfully we get onto some good roads for about 1 mile, going down some amazing nature roads and enjoying time. Or so I thought.
You had to go off from the good road.
We get onto a path which just makes me think, is this even a road? As we start to hear some mysterious sounds.
So is that gunfire? The sound.
Oh yeah, I think gunshots.
Oh, it's gunshots?
I don't know actually. Fireworks?
Sounds like a firework, yeah. You sure we want to be here? Oh, it's a shooting range? Can we take a breather, please? Thank you. Let us take a 5-minute breather, because I'm not a monster.
After a short break, we get down to this lake reservoir kind of thing and just play around.
Just for the fun of it.
Eventually, after passing tons of mud, we get to some nice paved trail. Hey, nice and easy, I thought. Hey, there's a side trail here, thought my friends. So they started going that way before I even catch up to them, and I have to follow.
Let's try not to drop the bike. It's kind of すげえ楽しいでも。よいしょ。よいしょ。
Oh yeah!
I need some rest first. You guys like get to the top, take your break in and go, and I'm like,
I just got here.
And so we continue these off-road paths. At least it wasn't muddy in this area, which was good, but instead it was just technical hell with my bike sliding sideways from how steep it is. I know you can't really tell from the GoPro image, but it's really steep here.
oh!
Yes, you did.
Take that outside side. That was fun.
That was definitely difficult.
But eventually we do get back to some mud and fall.
Have some assistance.
Yes. I don't know what I can do.
We unfortunately get to a no trespassing area, which we do kind of have to cross, but it was only for about 200 feet. We just get in and get out real quick, so we thought it would be fine. And as we hike up this hill, a car passes us, as I'm thinking, oh shit, this car actually stops for like a minute near us, and now we're all thinking, oh shit. But this car just eventually drives off, and we're just thinking, the heck was that? But next up was today's strongest boss, Mr. Big Chunky. Well, not him, messed up the timing here, but Mr. Big Chunky. Super loose but large pieces of gravel, you just slide and sink super easily, making it really difficult to ride. Additionally, with my heavy bike, I'm tipping over everywhere. But what sucked the most was definitely my bike riding skills. We also get a deja vu incident for me on any big ride that I do where the chain just gets stuck and gives me a panic attack.
Oh. This is gigantic. Look at this. Look at this shit.
I could hear hissing.
Holy. Oh no. That's gonna be rough.
We were discussing how we hope this gravel doesn't continue over the hill, but boy were we in for a treat. It continued forever. As far as we could see was just this chunky gravel, and I just immediately die inside.
Yeah, for this I need wider tires. How wide are your tires? Dang, you're going that fast? Yeah, for this I need wider tires. And here in my video I was saying I need wider tires, that's why they're faster, and then look at Reed proving me wrong. It's like pretty deep. Do I try to climb this?
But seriously, so much walking. It's starting to get past the level of a fun gravel ride and beginning to feel very, very dreadful. But as part of my first century, I really tried my best to think positively. I would just speak out how thankful I was to be able to do this and just be out in the nature and riding, and it feels so cliche doing it and saying this, but it really does work to just put on a smile and look around and appreciate biking. I also have a tendency to speak out my pain and kind of complain, but I really try my best not to speak it out loud this ride for my sake, but also the other guys. I really wanted to keep everything positive, and I feel like I was able to accomplish more and have a much better mindset and just a better ride in general by doing this.
So I'd been wondering why I can't clip in. It's
Mud?
packed.
You
There's
just see, like,
there's
really bad.
none.
Yeah.
Yeah. This side too, wow. Yeah. I couldn't clip in at all on any of the descents, and I'm like, I'm trying to clip in and I'm like, oh my goodness.
Finally, after our break, we get onto some road, baby! Or so I thought. What came up next was definitely the jankiest section of the route. We get to a cliff leading to a highway connected to the interstate, going down this super steep hill, which was definitely not made to go down. My calf actually cramps up, worst place ever. Well damn, I've got like 70 miles left is my initial thought, but to be honest, the parts to follow were just so difficult that I kinda just forgot about it.
This is the sketchy part of the route. I gotta stretch or this thing's gonna cramp. Oh no.
After crossing the highway, we just walked into the forest while Christopher keeps saying, there's supposed to be a path here, which obviously there wasn't. So now we're hiking up these steep cliffs and eventually get onto some road. Oh, sorry, I meant another forest. Roads just don't exist anymore, apparently. But we exit the forest to this abandoned golf club place. It was just destroyed buildings with no golf course. And also there was a giant piece of poop in the middle of the building, which I really hope was an animal.
It's probably not. That's what it is. I don't think so.
Oh, and by the way, today's ride is headed towards Dirty Sheets, which is a gravel loop south of Atlanta. I've made a few videos here on my Japanese channel if you're interested, but yeah, I've never imagined biking down here, but here we are doing exactly that.
Amazing.
After 8 hours of riding and 40 freaking miles into the ride, we finally arrive. The sun is going down already and we have more than half the ride remaining. Ooh-wee! But after a solid rest, we start our Dirty Sheets loop and get a flat. The other two were tubeless and didn't have tubes, so I'm patching.
So right now is less physical. It's like, I hope the bike's fine.
Yeah, I saw that.
But unfortunately they weren't good patches, so I was losing air slowly, and I'm looking back at my tire often since I didn't realize that it was deflating yet. So I'm just wondering, am I really that tired? Am I that weak? Why am I getting left behind so much?
Gravel.
Oh, it's losing air, that's why.
But yeah, there was like 20 psi in the back. So after numerous fixes, it finally works fine, but damn, lots of time lost.
Yahoo! Oh, you good? Yeah, passing.
I want to go to McDonald's and really channel some whale vibes. Get some
French fries.
French fries in my boxy bag.
Car up.
From here is finally the ride back home. We were supposed to go to Publix, but it's so late that we just decided to go to Mickey D's instead for an official dinner, which is at a questionable distance away. I am hungry. I have one gel left. I was debating on eating it, but they kept saying, it's right there, man. So I believed a biker's it's right there, as I bonk an hour later. God damn these guys. But I keep pedaling with my low strength as we eventually get to the McDonald's and I take in $20 worth of calories. Surprisingly, I felt super strong the rest of the day. I mean night.
Jesus. Big regrets. That is the biggest regret.
And so, as it became very, very cold, we ride on some paved roads for the next 3 hours to go home. I typically don't like riding in the dark, but with others, I feel more comfortable and I was able to enjoy just riding, so we went home with big smiles on our faces. Oh, and by home I meant Reed's home, not mine, so I rode another 10 miles or so to go home, and enjoyed an awesome century ride in my memories. Thanks for watching.